Hi there, my name is Stephanie Allen, and this is an exercise to help you uncover if your relationship is harmful and toxic for your well-being. You see, I often find when working with people that are in toxic relationships, the main question many people actually ask me is it me? Am I the toxic one? Or is it my partner? So if you are asking yourself this question, you're already starting in a very good place. So we will begin by looking to explore if you feel your relationship is more toxic and harmful to you than it is positive. For this exercise, set roughly 10 minutes aside for yourself and get yourself a pen and a piece of paper. Please take the time to do this, as I often find taking your thoughts out of your mind and placing them on a piece of paper where you can actually see them and reflect upon them can be exceptionally powerful. Please try and answer these questions in as much detail as possible, because as the saying goes, the devil is certainly in the detail. So number one, does your partner criticize you constantly? If so, write down all the things your partner constantly says about you. Add to this the actual names he or she regularly insults you with. And now that you have done that, hopefully, write down how all these labels and put downs actually make you feel on a consistent basis. Number two, is your partner always right and you are always wrong, no matter what the situation is? So question number three is your partner disrespectful towards your feelings? Do they belittle you for feeling how you feel? Are you forever being told that what you think and feel is wrong? If so, then write a few examples of these occasions down. Number four, as a direct result of staying in this relationship, do you ever find you are actually doubting your own thoughts and your own feelings? Write about this, and also write about how you were before this relationship. For example, before the relationship, did you ever have to question your own thoughts and feelings? Number five is, do you find within this relationship you never actually feel heard, seen, or even understood? If so, how does it really feel like for you to have a partner who never truly understands you and never actually appears to try and want to understand you? Please write in great depth about how this leaves you feeling. Number six, does your partner have a total lack of empathy for you? Write about all the times you have tried to get your partner to understand you or understand a certain situation that has happened, but it has fallen upon deaf ears. But on the flip side of this, when you talk to friends or family about the same situation, they can understand the event perfectly. Number seven, do you find on many occasions your partner is talking at you and never actually to you? If so, write down in great detail about how he or she actually makes you feel every time this happens. Number eight, does your partner have a rage that goes from 0 to 100 in seconds? If so, write down about how this makes you feel and also about how it makes you react. For example, are you normally a laid-back person who avoids conflict in general, but finds yourself totally out of character and screaming back in frustration to try and get your point across? Number nine, do you find through staying in this relationship, you've acted in ways in which you have never had to act before? If so, write these behaviours down. Maybe, for example, you find yourself walking around on eggshells continually, trying to keep your partner happy. Or maybe you have to try and avoid just saying hello to people in public when you are with your partner. However you find you have to behave, or if you have reacted to a certain situation which is totally out of character for you, remember to be very kind to yourself here. We are all like an elastic band on times, and sometimes when we are stretched far enough, we can eventually snap, even if you have a predominantly laid-back nature in general. This can be what happens when you are in a toxic relationship and you are being pushed over the edge by your partner on a consistent basis. Number 10, does your partner always insist that you're the problem within the relationship? And if so, has he or she managed to convince you this is true? If you are with a toxic partner, nothing is ever their fault. They are perfect. They never take responsibility for their actions or inactions. Whatever goes wrong within their lives, they will have a tendency to blame you for. On the other hand, whatever is going right for you within your life, they may also have a tendency to credit themselves for. So write about all of these occasions. Number 11, has your partner ever tried to turn your family and friends against you by making up stories about you? For example, telling people how you were the crazy one and listing certain events to them, but really missing out crucial information. If so, this is known as a smear campaign or character assassination. Write as much detail as you can about these occasions. Number 12, you may also find your partner is a great master of disguise. They may have instigated events in which they are the perpetrator, and yet they have sat back and played the role of the victim, insinuating the situation as being created by you. They may even go to great lengths to portray you as the perpetrator and do things such as getting the police involved even. This again is character assassination at play. Your toxic partner may make up lies about you in order to turn people against you. They may do this in all sorts of different ways, such as calling you from a place of work or local pub to make the people around them on the other side of the phone believe that you are saying things that you know for a fact that you're not. The message your toxic partner is always trying to convey is, poor little me, look at how bad my partner is. If this sounds familiar to you, then please write about all the times you feel that this may have been happening. Number 13, has your partner ever hit you where no one can see? Do they try and stop you from having friends and family around? And do they try and control what you can wear? Write about how all of this is making you feel. Play mind games with you to make you feel like you're the crazy one. For example, they may start convincing you that you said or done something you know for a fact you haven't said or done. Of course, after a long period of time of this happening, you may even begin to doubt your very own sanity. This is known as gaslighting. If you have experienced this, then write about all occasions you have actually had to question your very own sanity. This is a very scary situation to be in, and certainly one I have experienced myself from being in my toxic relationship with a narcissist. So if you have answered yes to the majority of these questions, then unfortunately there is a strong chance, just like with myself, that you have been a victim of narcissistic abuse. This form of abuse leaves mental and emotional scars, and it can affect how you feel about yourself. You may have even been convinced that you are the problem. You may have been subject to mind games and fooled into thinking you were losing your sanity. You see, the twisted truth here is narcissists present as charming on the outside to others, whilst creating smear campaigns about you to falsely lead other people into the assumption that they are the victims of your alleged abuse. Narcissists are great actors, and their number one fix, like heroin is to an heroin addict, is to destroy your character and your soul along with it. So after looking at all your answers from this exercise, if you began this exercise questioning if you are the toxic one, hopefully you can see now that narcissists aim to make you think this way. Remember their rule, that is, they are always right and you are always wrong. Here is my question for you. If a friend of yours came to you with the exact list you have just wrote out, what advice would you give to your friend? Thanks ever so much for listening, and I really hope this has helped you in some way.